Out just a second here. Welcome to all of you, especially all of you out there in replay land who are not watching it live. Um, and I can't get my camera, blur my background, integrated webcam. Why is it not allowing a webcam? Got another option. I'm going to try my iPad here. Let's set this over for a second. And let's try this different device. So how's everybody doing? Put some ones in the chat if you're having a good day. Put I'm gonna join this meeting and see what this does. It says switch. Okay, I'm gonna switch and see if it switches me over to my. It did. Oh, very cool. It worked.
Yep,
So
here you are.
yeah, that worked. Well, I am at my beautiful, now all ours place up in the mountains here in Idaho on a overcast, rainy day. And keep putting my hand over my camera to stop doing that. This is a very cool headboard behind me on this in this room I'm in. I'm going to make it to where you can actually see my. There's that. Let's see if I turn this around. Okay, now it's back here. Oh, I can switch. Yes, this will work. A couple things in the chat. We'll get to that in just a second, everybody. And we are recording, right, Mark?
Yes, this is being recorded. Yep.
Whoa, do you sound good today?
Do you have a
Yeah.
different? All right.
Here is this beautiful room that I'm in. It's all my stuff over on the second bed in this room. Getting a little bit of a rush as I stood up here, but there's this other bed. This is where I was just a second ago. But these are just gorgeous rooms. And then I'm going to take you outside for a second.
So how is it weather-wise? And it's Halloween in the United
It is
States, right?
Halloween. That's right.
Yeah.
It's Halloween.
And nobody comes there. I mean, there's no neighbors here to.
Not here. No, I don't think we'll have anybody. So that's looking down at our pond and my dog truck and out towards the Salmon River, which is in the background there. You can hear it probably. And a bunch of geese down at the end of the pond that way. And in the distance, you can see our greenhouse and our suspension bridge. Right through here from the other side of the pond is what will be our dog kennel area. It was a stable previously. We're going to build a second stable unit. Last week, I did a portion of the webinar from right down here at this end. These are the names of the different cabin suites that we have. This one's called Chinook, and this one's called Kamloop. And I'm staying in Steelhead, which is down here. That's where I was showing you inside. But let's go in one of these others because they're all made up without anything on their beds or anything. You can see what they look like. I gotta turn the light on. The lights on here. Everything's on. Interestingly, the heater's on in here because we stayed here last week. There's a photo of turning this down. That's the heater down by the floor. There's a painting of the wild salmon river, and it's a signed painting by, it's hard to tell the artist's name, but obviously somebody's fishing here and they have a steelhead hooked and it's jumping. And you can see the shadows in the back. That's the other portion of the, so there's the shower in the room, and here's the bed that's just like the one that I was on in the other room. This is the room that I stayed in last week. That's a moose there. There's a couple of moose over here.
Right.
Really cool paintings in here.
Yeah, paintings are so realistic in this room.
Yeah,
The other one you showed, really nice.
right. And then these are some photographs here that are turned into paintings. Well, they're not photos. These are actually some paintings of back in the Wild West days, horses. But to just show you, it's a beautiful room. I go to the third one here. So this one was, I think, Kamloops. Yep, Kamloop. And then the last one, actually, that was one Russ stayed in there last week. Russ will be up here tomorrow. This is the last one. That's my mountain bike that I brought up, and a little different shape to it. It's got the bathroom over in the middle, and the beds are on the two sides. It's interesting. The toilet's draining a little, and it sounds like a person talking. It's kind of cool. It is fall and late fall. You know, we're moving into winter in a month. Well, it's really not late fall. It's mid fall.
Yeah.
Leaves are falling off the trees, and the pond is looking just awesome. That's our satellite dish right down there. That's a Starlink. It's a system that we use, and we can take that with us. So that's portable. So that's on a tripod set up to. Those are the dogs that are whining down there in the dog truck. I can't really walk too far away from this building, or I'll lose the signal. But one of these times we'll walk around, and you'll get to see all the other parts of the camp here. When I go, might sit out here on the deck. It's beautiful out right now. Just sit here and talk with you guys. So, what kinds of questions do you see there, Mark? I'll turn this camera
Okay, so
me.
a bunch of people said hello. Hi to everyone. Lucky Idaho. I wish we would get some rain here. Okay. So
Where's that?
forecast.
Where is that they're not getting rain?
Uh,
Put it in the chat, everybody, where you're at, where you're not getting rain.
right. Okay, so this is, I see that Robert is here, Alicia is here. Who else? David, and then Hans, and who else? I think, okay, so everybody put in, so Robert is from Pennsylvania. Where is Alicia at this week?
Yeah, she's always different spot.
Right. Okay, so is that a natural pond?
No, it is man-made.
Okay,
And
so
it does dam up a stream, and then it is fed additionally by runoff. This site was very regeneratively constructed with um, different um, berms and swales that are naturally put into it, and the buildings are built on some of those, and others are the grass that you see, and then there's native, also native vegetation. This is a huge maple tree here. Look at this; it's losing all its leaves. So um, it's just gorgeous.
yeah, here's a okay, so David is a first time caller from Berkeley, California. So
All right.
welcome, David.
Hey, David. Nice to have you on.
And he says he had some rain last night. Uh, first in a few months. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I actually think our storm that has kind of gone through here, it's clearing now. You can kind of see, I'll flip the camera around again. Um, you'll see a break, sort of a little bit of break in the overcast up there. There's a little blue sky jumping through. This is the big maple that I was talking about, by the way, that has lost a bunch of leaves here. Look at the beautiful leaves on the ground. Um, our storm's coming from the Bay Area. We get a lot of our weather that comes up from California on the coast. So glad to have you here, David. Throw in some other things about yourself and what you're excited about and what kinds of things you'd like to learn about.
And and something special about Wayne's webinar is we let people unmute themselves and come on live. So if you'd like that, you can raise your hand, anyone. Uh, okay, so here's a question. Any pond issues, for example, algae, sediments, buildup, etc.?
Yeah, good questions. Um, as you guys know, ponds sort of are me. It's kind of my expertise. I've worked with them for my entire life, including childhood times. But very fortunate. This pond is. Its really only issue is that um, in times of high runoff, rainfall, snow, um, the water that enters it um, will have more sediment in it than we'd like. So it's not as clear as it could be. However, that's not bad because um, sort of a little bit more murky water is what aquatic organisms like because they feel safer. There's not so much visibility for predators to be able to see them and potentially prey on them. So that's one of the cool things about this pond. And otherwise, no, it's in great shape. It is about 40 years old, and it's still um, has not sedimented in too much. It's a pretty much a flow through pond. And by the way, it's about an acre. So you're seeing there, there's one end that there where there's a bridge going across the outlet, and the upstream end is at this end. It's a little different because the whole little valley is dammed up. So there's a dam at the top end and a dam at the bottom end. And the dam at the top end is actually higher than the dam at the bottom end. So there's a deeper canyon at the top just to hold water so it doesn't back up into the trees that you see there. Um, and that's intentional. And did I do that? Why did it go to showing all these things? It's interesting. Right.
We're seeing the uh, outside of
Porch,
your
porch, yeah.
port,
Uh,
yes.
I just went and was showing me a whole bunch of different screens.
Right.
Yeah, and these are rocking kind of chair or couches,
Right.
right?
Uh-huh.
There's set up for 2 or 3 people to sit on it, and they're really nice to kind of rock on.
Yeah. Relaxing, right?
Yeah. So big week coming up in our country, as those of you from the U.S. know. We have elections next week, and I'm just going to give one message: go out and vote. Just get out there and vote. Vote once, not multiple times. Even if your particular area, for some reason, allows it, which I hope places don't intentionally try to do. But one person, one vote. But get out there and vote. And I guarantee every one of you have got issues on your ballots locally, at the state level, the county level, local municipalities, cities, states, whatever you live in, that are important. You got people. So don't just focus on what gets all the press, which is the presidential race. You may decide that whoever your favorite candidate is either going to win your state or not, or lose your state or whatever. That doesn't matter. You still need to get out and vote for all those local issues, all the other things that are on the ballot also, because your one little vote might make the whole difference there. Robert said something about Idaho being the first state to do something to stop. I didn't see the rest of the chat. Mark, what did it say?
Okay, so Robert says, congratulations to Idaho for being the first to stop stocking mRNA boosters. Uh, and then from Idaho Health Board, first in US to defy CDC and FDA by removing COVID vaccine from clinics. Okay, and then Nicholas Hulscher, is that the name? Hulscher. Nicholas Hulscher, epidemiologist at the
See,
NEC.
see somebody from Idaho. Is that what that's what Robert's saying?
Yeah, Southwest Idaho Health District was made correct and brave choice to remove COVID-19 injections from the clinic.
Okay. All right. Well, it's one of those controversial issues that we love to have
Yeah,
different opinions on. And,
right.
um, that's what's
Uh,
cool about our system. We can have different views, and we all can share them, and hopefully we're all kind about it. So,
yeah. Couple of questions about your deck. Do you use any special treatment, coating for your wood, or to keep it good looking?
yeah, this building is more than 20 years old, um, closer to probably 30.
Uh, your video froze on my end. Maybe
It's probably
everybody.
needs some
Okay.
additional treatment. Go ahead. What'd you say, Mark?
Oh, your video is frozen for a second. It's good now.
Uh, um, I'm now showing that deck that he was talking about, and it's in decent shape. It has been coated with a sealant, and that will allow it to maintain um, its vigor, its lifetime for quite
Hmm.
some time. It is wood. We have some other decks here that are different synthetic types of materials. Trex is a brand that's used here in the United States a lot. This is also a log, structure. So you can see the logs here. And it's really well insulated. And inside the logs is another wall covering, in some cases sheetrock that's been treated, or other wood covered. The ceilings are wood, like you see up above us here, both outside on the deck and inside in the rooms. Again, I did show you, and we'll go back in the room that I'm staying in to show you the really cool thing, which I probably didn't show. I've got the lights kind of off in here. I'm going to turn them on a little bit. Actually, it's probably not going to light up. That's a canoe on the wall. Isn't that cool? So,
yeah. Have you been fishing? That's what Robert asks.
I have not on this trip yet. I actually have been out and about trying to learn about all kinds of different things here that need attention as we move forward. And I am going to fish this afternoon after we're done with the webinar. So I look forward to that.
Sounds right. So what kind of fish you will find here?
A wide variety of salmonids, which would be trout and salmon. And we are right in the middle of a steelhead run. Steelhead are a trout species, a salmonid species that lays their eggs, spawns in streams as far away as this area, which is 1,000+ miles from the ocean. They then hatch in their beds, which we call redds, and they swim out to the ocean, and they'll spend 4 to 5 years in the ocean and then come back to spawn again. And steelhead can spawn more than once. More often than not, they spawn once and then die. Salmon will only spawn once and will die. And so there's fairly liberal rules about fishing, meaning that you can catch fish because the reality is there are plenty of them that are spawning. That isn't where we lose the fish, and the numbers are lower than they were years and years ago. But when you lose fish, it's mainly in the ocean. They get netted and they get eaten by sea lions and other aquatic animals. And then also Native Americans will gill net them as they're coming back into the river systems to go back upstream to where they laid their eggs. So they're not jeopardized at all. There still are decent numbers, but that's the way that they typically die.
All right. Okay. So, you're gonna be in the lakes or ponds, or is there any special place that you go?
Yeah, the Salmon River is right next to us.
River. Okay.
Let me show something on my screen.
Okay.
It's not doing it yet. Let's see. I haven't used my iPad to do a Zoom presentation in a while. I have to put in the website. let's go with photos. I'll show you some cool stuff. These are steelhead right here. Show up bigger. These are ones that we caught on the river. Here's what it looks like when you're in a boat fishing. Let's see.
Yeah, pictures haven't come up. Okay, now they are. Yeah.
So those are 30 inches long, approximately 27, 28 to 30. Those are 20-pound fish. These are hatchery raised. There's what it will look like in the boat when we're fishing, and with the terrain in the area. So this is that's 10 miles downriver from where I'm doing the webinar from. And we're doing what's called trolling, which means that these rods, there's one right here, and there's one, this man's, oops, the body is blocking right in front of him. There's another one right over here on the right. They have lures at the end of them, and they're out, about as far away as these, about halfway up the rod, less than that. And there's the fish. There's another picture of the fish. Let's go back to all the photos again. Not used to using this approach. And let's see. So there's Red. That's one of our dogs that's here. There's the Salmon River. Click on a bunch of them. There's right here by us. So here, look at this. That is 100 yards from where I'm at right now. Salmon River. There is the bridge going across to our location. This is looking from the north side over towards two of our buildings, in the middle of the bridge, and another one. This is up the hill that's to the south of us. Very steep, but it has historically had a road up it, and we're going to be rebuilding it. You can see how it goes through the upper middle of the picture. It's another view of some cliff faces that are near our lodging area, which is right down here. We'll clean these up, get rid of the loose rock, and then we'll probably build a Via Ferrata course on it. That's the only real cliffs that we have on the property. This is a little farther downstream, looking back the other direction to the bridge. Greenhouse again. Another view from that. Another one. This is now back on our side of the river, looking down. This is on the opposite side again, looking back up at the buildings. The bridge that we have that was in the last photo, it's to the right. It replaced a bridge that was to the left over here. That's a piece of concrete, which was some of the end of the bridge protection, and it's rotting away. Essentially, the concrete's degrading. Different pictures. That's looking across a little farther west, because this is our water line that comes across here. Looks like it's going uphill. It's not. It's actually lower as it goes across. It's just not a true depiction of the angle. Little different view. There's the edge of the bridge. And you saw these before. And let's stop sharing. Share again. Back to photos. Yeah. These are some buildings in Dayton, Ohio that we're looking at. This is an AI picture of a golden. This is at Vandalia, one of the pits that we sample. This is downtown Dayton, Ohio. We've talked about this place where we had a auction of that building, that this artist that does very interesting, weird things. This is his art over here. Both these pictures are also. This is all this property.
Yeah, we're not seeing any pictures.
Oh, I have to
Yeah,
click in.
share.
I'm clicking it now. There you go. They'll come up.
Yep. Now we did. We see it. Yep.
This is some of the landscaped area with the hot springs flowing down through the middle here. That's a Rainbird sprinkler. This is our vehicle parking area over here. That's my truck and several others. That's a bridge across a road, a gate area, because we do have some problems with some cattle coming from an adjacent neighbors. And I say problems, they actually are good fertilizer, but they're not necessarily something that guests like. That was a house that we're looking to potentially buy in Riggins, showing the concrete countertops. So that's poured concrete and then stained. It's beautiful. This was the river above where I was in one of the other photos. So the pictures I was showing them several slides ago are way around the bend there, about a mile away from where this is. In another direction from there. This is what are going to be home sites that we have for sale here once we get everything sort of alive. This is looking west again. This happened to be on a day when we had a lot of wildfires burning. This was about a month ago. This is the Salmon River right down below what one of the sites that we're thinking about developing is. Backing up to those photos now. I'll stop sharing again. So, Marcus, any other questions?
Yeah. Excuse me. Robert has a long post on gaming policy. So Idaho State game policy, successful or not, hunters and anglers must stop at the check station. Okay. And then he has a long post here. So he talks about, sounds like a friendly conversation at the Idaho check station. So all this is like a conversation. And um, Alicia has a question. Hopefully the house is not in the floodplain of the Salmon River. Any
No,
thoughts?
it's not. They're not.
Okay.
It's not. It's out of that. It's a good question, though.
Mhm. Are you planning to plant more trees?
We'll probably plant a few more in the orchard area. There's a lot of trees on the property, and they're beautiful. This is across the highway. I'm pulling up some more photos here.
Yeah, this house must be good for gardening also, like any kind of gardening, flowers or vegetables, anything like that.
Yeah, this is actually not a house, it's a lodge. So it's
Lodge, okay.
a lot bigger than a house.
Hmm.
These are images from in the greenhouse I'm going to put up here in just a second. Oh, these were cool. This is a guy that's become a friend of mine who I went fishing with, and it's maps of Idaho on the left and the United States on the right. And those license plates in Idaho, the way you can tell where somebody's from is the first two letters indicate
Yeah.
where alphabetically the county is. So 9B is probably BO or BU something, and it'd be the ninth B alphabet state based on its spelling. So down here in the corner is 1A, that's Ada County. That's the most populous county in the state. That's where Boise is. Idaho County is this one over here. That's where we are here in the Riggins area. 2A is Adams County. W is Washington County. And all the other counties. And over on the right is the map of the US, where most of these license plates are showing even specific states and where they're located. So that's the license plate for the state, and then kind of their location. This is old because California hasn't had blue and yellow license plates forever. There was just a different view on the third one. This is the front of that jet boat we were showing the other time with the rods out back behind the driver here.
So your Indiana Jones hat on.
Yeah, it's not mine. That's somebody else.
Okay.
Um,
You ever watch that movie?
oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Well, the whole series even. This is a RV park that's across the street from us. So back towards the mountains, we would be behind where this picture is. That's the front of my truck. I was parked at the store, and this is down to where the RVs are. Those are irrigation supplies in our greenhouse. So this is inside the greenhouse. There's a different, better view of it. A little different view. And another view with one of the potting beds over on one of the sides. The ceiling is open. The house hasn't been used as well as it can be, and we're going to make a lot better use. So we've got some work to do to clean the debris that's accumulated up on the roof panels through the years. All right, stop the sharing again. Other questions there, Mark?
Okay, so here's one. It looks cold out there. What is the temperature? And how is the lodge heated or cooled? Does it generate its own electricity?
Great question. It's going to generate its own. We're going to have hydropower. It doesn't have a hydro turbine yet, but we're going to be adding that in the very near future. At that point, not only will we produce enough power for ourselves, but for pretty much all the local area. Right now, it uses a combination of electric and gas. Um, 1,000-gallon propane tank that's out at the end of the bridge that supplies propane to different energy production locations inside the site. What was the third part of that question, Mark? There was something else there.
Oh, the first was it looks cold. How or what is the temperature here? And then okay, you answered the other two.
It's
How
not
is the
quite
law?
as it seems. It's above freezing right now. I think if I look at my watch, it says, and it's pretty accurate, it's 52 Fahrenheit, which is for this time of the year, late fall, is not warm, but comfortable. I'm overdressed, honestly. But I will be going back out again after we're done. I'm going to want to have my hat on, my beanie hat, my winter hat, um, but not super cold. It won't freeze tonight, for example. It's not going to be below freezing. Great questions today, everybody.
Yeah, and it's going to be like winter, I think, from next week, right? When the time changes and everything. On I think the first week of November.
Yeah,
Uh,
moving into winter, that's correct. Still
yeah.
fall officially, but becoming more winter-like, yes, weather-wise, all over North America.
So is okay. So here is a question from Robert. Many people drive for hours and hours out west. How far have you driven today, Wayne?
Not very far. I went into the little town of Riggins. It's a little over 9 miles from here. did some shopping, and came back. That's it. That's my driving for the day.
Okay.
We're here, we don't need to drive that much. Where I live is about a 3-hour drive from here. And, did that drive yesterday. And still, I think I'm probably a little bit above average for distances that people in the United States travel greatly over that average. In the West, we do drive more than in the East, I believe.
Right. And you used to live in California, so that's the farthest east you can go, right? Or West Coast.
Well, we got Alaska that's farther and Hawaii, but they're not contiguous with the
Mhm.
US.
Okay. I don't see any other questions at this moment. But people, if you have anything,
Let's see what else. What other topic to just briefly talk about? Um, just follow your dreams. Close to 40 years. It's coming together. It's coming to fruition. Many times I thought that it wouldn't. Just stayed confident. Continued to look around. No, we're not off grid. It's underground power, electricity that comes all the way up from the town of Wiggins, 9.5 miles away. Then goes under that bridge that I showed some pictures of. And it comes out to our site. Let's see what else. We plan to do all kinds of economic classes and workshops. The nice thing is we can do them live here rather than just having lectures, because we have such a diversity of different types of climate, different kinds of land use. We're going to access a lot of those for different courses that we start to have starting. Why is the question that sort of, if we're off grid, it's a great one. And part of the site is off grid. And we're going to be adding, as I said earlier, hydropower. We have about 400 feet of head in a very well-running stream. And we have all the water rights to divert water from the stream into a pipe that won't do anything to affect the fish that are in it, because there'll still be a very large amount of water going through the stream itself. So it's only a small portion of it that we're going to be using. We just need to get our insurance now to be able to do that. Oops, hit my hand over the camera again. Well, we're getting close to the top of the hour. A lot of times we go over. I know we did last week. We're a little bit short today, but I'll take any other questions. But I've sort of run out of topics for the week. doing so much to try to get this deal completed since last week and spending as many hours as I could doing that. And we're very lucky that we've been able to get it done. So feel very blessed right now. So, Mark, are there any other questions you see?
Mm, no, I don't see any other questions. Robert says, I see a thumbprint.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that the camera is right over here.
I could show you a little bit of the website that I've been working
Oh,
on.
yes, please. Yeah,
Okay. So,
we're making
uh,
a website for the site here.
yeah, for let's see, yeah. So, you see, like this is the logo that I designed for the lodge. Uh, it has the same look as the Eat site, the same kind of design. So the menu changes colors as you scroll down, and pretty much I use the same things that you had. So everything is the same. I just changed one picture. So this picture is now a different one from the one you had before. So I thought this is more clear. And the footer, I just used the same kind of thing, footer, and I put the links here also. But the pages, I have to work on all these pages now, so it'll look like a full website.
Very, excuse me, very nice. Really well.
Okay, cool.
All right. Well, any other questions? Why don't we do something really weird and let's wrap up a little early today, Mark. We never do that.
Yeah. Okay, Wayne. Uh, have a good one. Thank you
You
so
bet.
much.
Thank you, everybody. Have an amazing Halloween wherever you're at in the world. Make sure to give good treats to the kids and trick or treating. And I'm going to go in. I am going to go into the hot springs. That is what I'm going to do.
Yeah, that would be fun.